Okay, so we're starting the cross for our wraparound bracelet. We have the desired length. For this customer, I did 100 knots, so 25 between each bead. And then the only thing different we do for the ends is we put a bead and then an additional knot at the end there. This will become the cross. It's connected like this. And we have our ends. This one is probably a bit too long, but you want around 1.5 feet, like always. So we'll start off on one end and we'll make a knot halfway. We won't pull it tight, and I'll show you what that means. So making the knot how we normally do. And you got this. And now we're not gonna take it off. What we're gonna do is go back, find the other ends here. And we're gonna insert it under these 3 strings here. Just right through the middle. The ends pulling through like this. So you're not gonna go down, up. You're not gonna go up, down. You're gonna go down, up like this. We're pulling it upwards, so the ends are meeting like this. Okay, and now we can slip off the knot, pull it tight, and then just tie it normally. So keeping this here, pulling up the knot by these loops. And then we'll tie it normally and just ignore that other end passing through the middle. Just tie it tightly how you normally would. Tutorial for the individual parts is in the description as always. I've got quite a few strings at the end here, so just making sure I have the right one before I pull all the way through. And now that that's tied, we can take these ends and just pull. All the way through. And your 2 ends should meet in the middle just like so. You have 3 knots in between the beads there. So we have one end going this way, the other end going this way. And now what you're gonna do is take one strand from one end and one strand from the other end and pair them together. And what I like to do is I like to go on either side like this so that they're even. So they're coming out like that. So we'll set these 2 aside, and then we'll tie a knot here. And just pull it right up to those 3, like so. This is another spot where you want to make tight knots so that the cross is structured and not floppy, doesn't get loose. And so we tie the knot how we normally do, keeping it nice and tight. So one knot is done, and we'll do the other one on the other side. You can see it kind of just naturally comes out to the other side. And doing it like this will keep it even. Alright, so we have our cross. I'll just pull it tight, make sure the knot is all good. And at this point, we're good to cut the ends. Because this is a bracelet, it's, you know, going to be worn a lot. I like to put a little dab of super glue that cures in the air. So I use crazy glue. It's what my store sells. But just test it out beforehand. Put it, you know, a little dab on a tissue or something just to see that it actually will dry out on its own. Because some of them need contact to dry. Just make sure it dries on its own. Put a little dab on each end. It soaks into that yarn and keeps it from fraying. And now this can be put on your wrist. You know, you can triple it up if you want. And so I like putting these beads at the ends of the cross here. I think it makes the cross stand out a little bit more. But there you have it. That's how you make a wraparound bracelet.